Hello. Many of you know me, but for those of you who do not, I am Alexa Gleaton, and I am a graduating senior. I've been growing up with this congregation my entire life, so 18 years, and I was dedicated here in 2006. So here's me. And it was kind of emotional just now when they were dedicating them, and I was here. But there's my mom and my grandpa and my grandma and my aunts and my parents. But so I have a ton of special memories from here growing up that I've created at this congregation. So just to start with memories, Easters, I think, were probably one of one of the big things I remember here, because I always remember being here at the church for them. I always had little outfits that I would wear, little cute outfits. Oh wait, yeah. I remember the older kids and Laura Powell Haney would hide all the eggs, and we would go and run to find them. I would always get grumpy because when instead of candy or toys being in the eggs, there were seeds. This made it more special though when I think of it, because nowhere else was I getting seeds in my Easter eggs, only at UUCF. And then Christmases have been something I always think of when I think of the church. So there's a picture with my hair extensions. They're real hair. Specifically going to the Christmas Eve services. In 5th grade, there was one right before we had left to go to the service. I found some stuff out about Santa Claus, and I was an absolute wreck the entire service. I did not want to go. I was like, no, we can't go. I was so upset. It's funny to think about now, but and the Christmas Eve service was always the final hurdle to cross before going home and waiting for Santa Claus to come. And I'll always feel sentimental hearing Silent Night and thinking about the candles that we held as we sang it on Christmas Eve. So my little brother Aaron, okay, so many of you probably haven't seen in a while. He stopped coming after COVID, but he's in a lot of these because we grew up together here. He's 4 years younger than me, so there's a bit of a gap, but we would play together outside, and we would fight too, just as siblings do. And I remember we always would run around after the service or the sermon to look for snacks in the little cart, because that was the good thing to look for. And coloring with him on the ground during Christmas Eve. There's another picture of him. I saw some kids out there earlier standing on there, and I was like, oh my gosh, that was me and my brother. But so there's the two of us. And then on the playground next to the nursery, I remember how we would pull the little apples off the tree and throw them everywhere. Who else is out? Kai, and do you remember the apples? Yeah, and Volana. We'd throw them at each other sometimes. And I would do these with them, and many of them I've known basically my entire life. I think I've known Kai the longest, and Aiden. Been around for a long time. But they're lifelong friends and people that I know I can always count on. Oh, here's another picture from, if you guys remember the glove, the little production. There's me and my brother, but there's some friends, Kate and Emma in the background, but they're lifelong friends. They're people I know I can always count on. Sharing Unitarian Universalism with them has been incredibly special, and it will continue to be. They were some of the people who were there for me when I struggled in middle school. I struggled with my mental health, and at the height of my struggles, I was able to attend UMAC, which helped me find some new friends and strengthen my friendships with those at UUCF. So here's a UMAC picture. So many of us were going through the same sort of struggles and things, and it helped me really so much to be able to share with them, cry with them, and learn things from them. I saw a pretty big change in my in my introverted self, and at the time into somebody who's extremely extroverted, and they helped me break out of my shell. Many of you who know me know I'm a big time talker and a social gal. UUCF also includes all the adults that helped me and were there for me as I grew up, my own parents, who I am so thankful for bringing me, or like raising me in this congregation, because it's such a special place, and it's like not other places, and and you guys taught the RE classes, and to the other adults who taught the RE classes, when I was younger, I would complain about coming because I hated waking up and being here Sunday morning, but I'm grateful that they raised me in a community like this one. I've always felt at home and comfortable here. I never felt like I had to hide who I was in any shape or form. The other RE teachers, too, who volunteered their time to work with us, teach us important lessons. One of the last RE classes I remember was before COVID. There was like a Star Wars one. It was really random. I don't even remember who taught it, but I just remember having sword stick things that we would whack each other with. And there was something Star Wars that like tied into the principles, and I don't really remember. It was funny though. After COVID, my youth group kind of broke up quite a bit. There's only a few of us seniors still here, but the people who are still with me are some of my closest friends, and one of them, my very best friend, Milani Young. Shout out to you. Oh wait, that's not it. Where's the, oh, there it is. I love you so much. And your parents too, who are like my second parents, Gerard and Julie. You guys are amazing. And this Wednesday, I'll be graduating from Tuscarora High School, which is pretty crazy to think about. I'll be attending UMBC in the fall, majoring in environmental science, and I'll continue to implement my favorite and most significant principle of Unitarian Universalism in my life. That's respecting the inherent worth and dignity of every person. This has been really important to me, and not holding hatred towards those around me, and will continue to hold importance in helping to be the best version of me that I can. I also am not going to be leaving this congregation at any point in time, so you'll be seeing me around still. The people here will always be my family and will always be somewhere I can come back to, so thank you.
I'm Aiden Smith. I have been coming here since a little after preschool, I think, because I was a part of did the Circle of Life with Sue Singley, and after a while, we decided to actually join the congregation, and I very vividly remember doing the dedication, which, for me, like, vividly remembering that is a pretty outstanding feat, but it was really special to me, and doing it again today really did, like, I think Alexa also mentioned this, it like brought something back, and I just wanted to just point out this one specific part that I think really stuck with me in terms of like just what I value and what makes this place so special to me. Not to impose religion upon them, but to form an arbitrary, not to burden the memory, but to quicken the strength and the power of thought. Not to impose religion upon them in the form of arbitrary rules, but to awaken the conscious and moral discernment. I don't know if I would really consider myself a part of the UU faith, less because my values don't align with it, but more so because I don't really understand it as a faith. It for me has been a lot more of a guiding philosophy that I have been able to, take and reappropriate as something that is more specific to my experience. I'll say specifically the first and seventh principles, the inherent worth and dignity of all people, and then the valuing the interconnected web of all life. Those two principles, I think, even if it wasn't a conscious thing, have been the foundation for the way I choose to interact with the world. And I can't, I don't know, it's a lot. And I'm really glad that I have this opportunity to talk today. I often have struggled to define what UU is. I'll, in passing, mention it as a church, but I always catch myself, and I try to, because the word church has a lot of connotations, and I feel like this place is, it's kind of separate from those connotations, because it really just feels like a community that, and as the quote that I read from the the dedication earlier, it specifically does not impose any specific rules, and it encourages questioning and the free and responsible search for truth and meaning, and that also resonated with me. But less about UU as a belief system. This specific community has done so much for my family. My dad, John Smith, passed in 2013 from brain cancer. And my mom, after that, had a lot of trouble with her work, and we were kind of stranded a bit. And I believe we filed for bankruptcy at some point. Was that a thing? Yeah. And this congregation saw us in our time of need and reached out, and I don't remember it very well, but I can't say confidently that I would be here today had it not been for the support of this community. It means the world to me that this place has, been here and actively supported our. I don't know. It's overwhelming, but let's see. Another thing that Alexa also mentioned was the UMAC community. I'll say, as things have kind of changed over time, and as UMAC has kind of become a different thing, and it's in constant transformation. Even though it is different now, the time that I've spent with the people and in that community have been some of the most purely happy and joyous parts of my life. And I like the connections made with people, even the the temporary things. I will always cherish and value and love, to some extent, the people and time I spent with those people. And I believe, that was really important to me. And then more recently, I had been on a tough job search for pretty much the entirety of the year, and it wasn't until Nick Infelt decided to, take action and start a GoFundMe thing that just kind of out of nowhere, and it went quick. I think it was 2-3 weeks, maybe a month, that it took for us to reach the goal. And it really made me reflect on the way that this community had supported us during everything. And now I have my own car, and I have a job that I finally got. It's hard to, I don't think I can accurately describe in words the gratitude and love that I have for this community, which is why I'm stumbling over my words so much, which, I'm not worried about, but, thank you. That's about as much as I can get without, rambling on forever. But this place means so much to me and my family, and even though that was a silly thank you, I mean it from the deepest part in me. That this place is really special to me. I do plan on staying in Frederick for a while, and I will, of course, come and visit. And also, I was given an opportunity to help out with the RE and childcare stuff. And I felt like even though there was pay attached to that, I really think, I don't know, it felt like my way of trying to give back to the community for all that you guys have done for me and my family. And I know I haven't been here the past few weeks because I'm working, which yet again, thank you. But I'm still a bit lost for words, but I think I've gotten my gratitude and I think I've gotten what I want to get across. Thank you so much for everything.